All righty, and welcome to Nerd Report. It is Thursday, or is it Wednesday, or is it Friday? Does it even matter at this time? Time is just so weird and irrelevant at this point. But you know what is relevant is that I have a special guest here, a citizen journalist on YouTube. She's been growing her channel, covering a lot of the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni stuff. She wants me to call her CJ. I may call her CJ, but CJ, welcome to the channel here at Nerd Report. First
Thank you
time
so
in.
much, Luis. I appreciate it. If y'all don't know, I'm a big fan of Luis's channel, and I had been trying to collab with him, but we hadn't been able to get our schedules right. So I was really excited when he was in my live today. It was my biggest show today. I had
I saw that.
like
That was great.
2,000 followers almost, and 30,000 views, which was like insane. I was like, "Ooh, that thumbnail came out good." I tried something new with my thumbnails this new year. I usually do like red and yellow, but it was such an awesome show. And then everybody came to, all the bigger creators came to support me, which was really cool. And so we linked up and we're like, hey, let's just do it today. So that worked out, and I'm here now.
Yeah, this is like secondary for me, doing the Baldoni case and Blake Lively case or whatever it is. My lives are okay. I know there's people are going to be watching this on the rerun, so I appreciate you all. Hit that one if you got notified. Let me know what country, city, or state you are watching from, and also give CJ a damn follow. I want the mods to be sharing her link so she's always getting 1,000 people watching. You know what I mean? I want her to get 1,000 people watching all the time. And CJ, you're going to be so bored because I'm going to be calling you all the time. Because I don't want to just, I don't want to. I'm very different covering this. I hope you have, I hope you bear with me.
Coverage on this. I watched it, and
I hope you bear with me. I'm not a big Baldoni fan.
Baldoni, you're not always Baldoni, but
No.
you give us a chance. You give us a chance in the chat, and you let us debate you. So I've been on a couple of your shows where I'm like, okay, okay.
Well, the thing is this. These people, man. I'm telling you, I think they're both kind of right a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna see with the trial coming out. I don't think it's one way or another. I mean, we saw one lady coming out of the hearing today. She was like, "Oh, she's a Baldoni fan," but she thought it was on the fence now of who's gonna win. But before we get ahead of ourselves, what is your impression on today's hearing and everything? We got all the tea, or at least a lot more tea this week. Taylor Swift is in the mix, just like I always said. I don't know. I don't really think she's all clean, but on the situation. But we got even Johnny Depp was mentioned. This is all expanding. Other Hollywood stars, Matt Damon.
Jamil.
Huh?
I did not expect Jamila Jamil to be in it. I was like, wait, what? The girl from The Good Place? And yeah, it was like just random. Like, okay, let's just throw her in there randomly.
And by the way, since I'm going to say this, and I think CJ will agree with me, everything we say is an opinion. Everything we say is based on what we've seen. We may have seen different things. This is a constant evolving case. So we encourage everybody to do their own research, come out with your own conclusion. Do not bother anybody with anything. This is all alleged. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. Yada yada yada. Because we know there's a certain.
I have a little ticker at the bottom where it's like, "Please don't sue me." This is allegedly my opinion for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, you know what? Everything I say is spoof, all right? Everything I say is a spoof. It's like The Onion, all right? But here's the deal. We're just gonna work off that. So you guys know, I personally, I'm an equal opportunity guy. I don't like Justin Baldoni as much as I don't like Blake Lively. All right? I think they're both posers to a certain extent. But moving as of right now, I do feel like she was trying to take over some shit, but hey. But anyways, what's your impression of today, CJ?
Okay, well, I actually kind of like sleuthed it out a little bit. Everybody who was there, there's a lot of content creators there. There was about 7 content creators. Yeah. And then obviously Inner City Press, who's always there. covering the cases and stuff. So I kind of sleuhed it around to see what was going on, what, because we're only basing it off of Inner City Press's live tweets.
Mhm.
And I was like, I need to know more. I'm nosy. So some of those creators already went live. Some of them are going live later tonight and stuff. But what I gathered from it was that there was a couple wins on both sides. So Wayfair got a couple wins, and then Lively's lawyers got some. But what it seems like it's going to happen is that maybe the workplace claims and the SH stuff might not go through, and we already suspected it because of the PGA letter. So I don't know if you know or if you've read the PGA letter. It's 5 pages. Bless your soul if you have read it.
I have a son to take care of. I have,
It's
you know.
short and snappy.
I figure PJ did, so let me. I mean CJ.
You're not
Sorry,
hyper.
I
You're not
figure CJ did. So let me go ahead and just call her.
Yeah. No, but seriously, I was gonna tell you that the reason why you're probably like, they're both douchebags, whatever, is because the people who are leaning more towards Baldoni are like us, the hyper fixated people that'll read every single document, every single line. I mean, we're at what 1,255 on the docket.
But correct,
CJ
though, I have seen Justin Baldoni do stuff before this, case, and there's just a lot of, as a person, I've met people that like him, that have been like him, over feminist, man bun, taking and the man bun is an issue. I know it sounds childish and ridiculous. It's just I've seen this guy before in my past, so I'm very like, I don't know, man. Just like I have seen people like Lively before too. It's like these super feminists that get offended at anything. They'll be like, "Hey, how does my butt look in this bikini?" And when you say, "Yeah, it looks fine," oh, SH.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
exactly. And that's what I think Blake Lively is.
Some of that bias is what caused this, though, Nerdy. It was like they were like, "Oh, I know guys like you," da da da. And then from the very beginning, it's now come out in this unsealed evidence that Liz Plank was the one who kind of ceded it to Blake Lively, saying like, "Look, I worked on this podcast with this guy, and there's some quote unquote red flags." So right away, she was already looking at him in that way of like, "Oh, you're kind of creepy, whatever." And everybody just started to kind of like make assumptions about like, oh, he's a fake feminist, he's this, he's that. I mean, I don't know him. I'm just following the evidence based on like what the law is, the case law. I'm not a lawyer either, but I do follow them on TikTok. So I've learned a lot about the case law. I've looked it up. And as far as like the SH claims, one of the reasons why it could get thrown out is because she was technically not an employee. Once she wrote that PGA letter, basically it's 5 pages of her saying, I took over directing. I took over the set pieces. I took over costume. She even in there says that she did the HR. She was in charge of HR. So which is like totally against her case. If you're in charge of HR, how are you saying they didn't do anything if you're saying in this letter?
Oh yeah, she contradicts herself, right?
Yeah. And so basically the judge seemed to be like, he was saying like the jury's, this is not a disputed fact here. Like if she wasn't an employee, she wasn't an employee. And then all these things, I might as well do the motion for summary judgment now. So it seemed like those claims might go out. The ones that I felt like were stronger for him based on what I saw. And of course I wasn't there, but were the, for some reason, the defamation on Brian Friedman, the lawyer, it kind of is like the Johnny Depp situation. Remember Adam Waldman, how he kind of got into it?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's lawyer. Yeah. Like, he was saying shit on the press and then he got involved. He was in the docket. So this is kind of like the same thing where Brian Friedman, Baldoni's lawyer, was, making these statements. She's a liar. She's this. And he ended up in the docket for defamation. And it seemed like the judge was really interested in harping on that type of stuff. So that was one where I was like, that one might stay in. But he was hard to read. A lot of the creators said that he was hard to read on, whether
the judge was right. The judge was
hard to read.
Okay, listen, here's the deal. This is where I'm looking at it. The entire internet. Well, I'm a little bit exaggerating, but everyone covering this is like the judge is 100% on Blake Lively's side, right? Now that people have entered, and that, am I right? I mean, they have been saying that. Now that they entered inside the courtroom, a lot of the creators, and have actually seen the judge in action, they came out saying he's kind of fair, right? That's the narrative now. So I think there's a bias there that
on
people
what
are
we're
just
seeing coming out of the court based on, we were
at
only
what people are
limited to Inner
thinking.
City Press text message. So the fact that the court doesn't let us in does, we just read the rulings and we think, oh, this is what's happening. If we had better access into
That's
the court,
ridiculous, right?
yeah,
That's
sure.
ridiculous.
I want to clear up what Jules is saying here, where she's saying he didn't come out of the courthouse because there was a settlement. The docket showing, I think that's for the Jones Abel one. I believe that Baldoni and them have their settlement conference tomorrow, Jules. So I just wanted to clarify that the settlement thing that came in.
You mentioned Johnny Depp. Like, what is the comparison here with Johnny Depp? I don't even get what Ryan was talking about.
He came up in the text messages with Ryan. Ryan was basically texting Warren Zavala, who is so funny. He's Blake Lively's agent, and he just so happens to be Amber Heard's agent. And so Warren Zavala tells him, like, this is all spin. Let's just let it burn. And then Ryan Reynolds is like, how did that work out for Johnny Depp? So he brings Johnny Depp into this whole thing, like, don't sit back and take it like Johnny Depp, basically, like the article says.
Yeah, or else you'll like, Amber Heard lost. So okay, I get it with that, when that's concerned. And also what is it? Blake Lively's lawyer is like, this is not about Taylor Swift, right? Did you see that video?
That video was just like, I don't know. It was like, blink twice if you need help. I'm sorry. I know that you're like Team Lively, but
no, I'm not Team Lively. I don't like Blake Lively.
Either way, you're like nobody.
No. That's why. Listen, I'll make a video laughing at Blake Lively, gain 500 subs. Then I'll make a video talking about Justin Baldoni neutral. I'll lose 200. So that's why with this topic, it's a lose-lose for me. You know what I mean? It's a lose-lose situation for me. That's just the way it is. I just have to live with it. You know what I mean? I want the trial to come out. I've met people like Blake Lively in Hollywood. They're there. These are the fake Hollywood people.
There's Brandon Sklenar, who now in the new unsealed evidence, it's come out that, some weird text nerdy, like it's crazy, Luis. Like one of them, the producer, one of the Sony producers says, like, she's texting one of the other producers and is like, oh, Blake has Brandon wrapped around her little finger, and go check out the Instagram page. Like, she's teaching him or something. And when you go look at the Instagram page that they're referring to, it's like the one where he's wearing like those denim jeans and she's pointing at his butt. And so I was like, what was going on there? Like, was she trying to have him become like a sex symbol and was trying to teach him the ropes in Hollywood, or like what? Like, it's really strange, those texts. Kind of.
Sorry for the echo. Yeah. So no, this guy has been in talks to play Batman as well, and he's getting a lot of heat. And everything. Look at how bad Ryan Reynolds looks, right?
Yo, he looks worse now. That one was a little bit older. I mean, but now he's like skinny. It's so crazy. But yeah, he's in talks to play Batman. And I mean, through the evidence, it's come out that she's got him, pretty much every role that since they're all adjacent to Ryan Reynolds, all the next his movies coming up. And she admitted, Paul Feig admitted, and she admitted, and Brandon admitted that that's how he got his latest movie, The Housemaid, was through her. So, obviously they're going to go with the bigger star. And that's what happened with Liz Plank. That's what happened with, all the cast members. They were really excited when it was Baldoni, because it's like, hey, big star. But when the bigger star comes, it's like, okay, we're going to hang with her,
Yeah. Well, they go for clout, right? They go for clout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, listen, let's not get it wrong. Blake Lively is not a big star. Her husband is, right? Her husband is. And for some reason, I don't know why Taylor Swift hangs around her. Or did.
Yeah. And what's really weird that like she punked Taylor Swift, because
did she though? Did she? Taylor Swift kind of showed. Okay, I'm gonna you go first because I have a thing where I think Taylor Swift is just both of them are egocentric. They wanted it to be about themselves, and I think the reason why Taylor Swift got sick of Lively talking about herself is because Taylor Swift wants to call up Lively to talk about herself. That's what I got out of it. But what do you think
Well,
this
there's two
happened?
opinions. There's one
Yeah.
opinion that says that Taylor's the one who taught her because, Joe Alwyn and all these other people that she, did stuff to, Kanye, that she's the one who taught her how to do it. But there's the other opinion, which was the opinion I have, is that like Blake kind of manipulated her and puppeteered her just like she did everybody else to do her bidding by being like, oh, this is just like Scooter Brown situation. Like, women need blah, blah, blah. Like she kind of like brainwashed her into helping her. But a lot of people are like, no, girl, it's Taylor. Because even yesterday, I think I turned this morning a little bit, but even yesterday, I was just like, nah, we need to give Taylor a buddy pass, blah, blah. Like, she ended up doing the right thing and helping out Wayfair, or that we think so, because, Brian Friedman put out that declaration where he said that Taylor's reached out to him or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Maybe
we
she
can't
just
stay on
wasn't
the net.
involved.
But who knows who was the mastermind? Because today, everyone was talking about Joe Alwyn, the unfollowing. They're like, where do you think Blake learned it from? Like, Blake didn't
Well,
manipulate her.
well, let me show you this, and I want you to investigate because honestly, I've seen this, I've read it, and I just, I don't. Before I come to my absolute conclusion here, uh, I wanna go through it a little more. Maybe you could email me back. I want you and everybody, but especially you, because you are big with this topic. I'm not. If I report on this, I'm not going to get that many people's attention. But Taylor Swift attempts to silence critic. ACLU fires back. No, from what I read of this, it seemed like someone in 2017, a vlogger, a local blogger, wrote an article that I think was actually silly, stating that Taylor Swift's music, I think, kind of like it was a whistleblow to bad people. You can read the article yourself, people that are racist, right? So it looks like to me, from what I understand, Taylor Swift tried to sue that or silence that blogger, and the ACLU had to step in, and then she put her tail between her legs and went away. No one remembers this, but Google Taylor Swift attempts to silence critic. ACLU fires back. Does that sound familiar to you?
I've never heard of this one, but
Exactly.
I haven't really been like into all the Taylor. Like the only one I really followed was the Kanye one because I listened to his music. But other than that, like all her other feuds that she's had, because she's had a bunch of them, and I did report nerd with the way back. No, I liked her post. I was gonna tell you, put it where she's like nerdy's team popcorn. When I was like, are you team lively? You're just here for the entertainment.
And
But no, I did report on Taylor Swift. She had a lawsuit where she was suing somebody was
Rodrigo.
her lyrics or whatever.
Olivia Rodrigo. I guess it sounded like her track.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or something like that. It was something to do with copyright infringement, I guess, where I think it was Olivia Rodrigo made a record or made a song. I say record because I'm old. Made a song that sounded a lot like hers allegedly, and they sued or something like that. And this is why when Blake Lively's attorney says it's not about Taylor, well, for me it is, because I'm more interested in Taylor Swift, because I think it's a huge character study where Swifties look the other way, where they think this person's so perfect. And it's like, we talked about the puppet master, right? This Taylor Swift, and this is via the ACLU. I think it says Taylor Swift attempted to silence critics. ACLU fires back. That sounds like Blake Lively stuff to me, where she subpoenaed Signor and Popcorn Planet, and
she just filed. That's the tea. I was trying to read that docket. She just filed a reply to Andy. So I was like, she probably saw him in court and was like, let me file this right now.
Oh, wait, what happened? Well, hold on. I don't even know about that. But real quick, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for that PayPal, Ozzy. If you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee. Do that. You could do that with a PayPal. You could do it with a super chat, whatever, Cash App, super sticker. But you could also do it by hooking up my homegirl, CJ, she is right now offering her knowledge, her time. She doesn't have to do this. She's doing that for you all. So do me a favor, put up her link, citizen journalist, get her to always have a lot of views like she did today. So she continues to be good and make a living out of this, because I'm sure that's what you want to do. And she's good at it. Let's get the good people up there, But okay, so this thing to me is bigger than people think, because Taylor Swift is allegedly was Blake Lively's really good friend, and birds with the same feather flock together. So
and
here,
I think that's what everybody's coming to the realization. Like the Swifties, they're like, okay, so like, are we canceling Taylor now? Like a lot of people I know, like in real life, that used to be Taylor fans, that like once this all like dropped, they're like, oh wait, like we see the real her now. Like, so a lot of us are going through like grief denial phase. Like, how did you not know before? But I don't know. I just loved her Easter eggs, and I'm now like, what am I going to hyperfixate on? Because I did, I think 1 or 2 shows on her Easter eggs when she was coming out with the album. It's just fun to do the Easter eggs, but I mean, I'm sure I can find other places to spend my time.
I don't think she's that clever, like people think. Listen, covering films, right? I notice a lot of directors, especially like, for example, Halloween 1978. I'll use that as an example. People are probably rolling their eyes. That film is a legendary film. John Carpenter, the writer of that, always gets asked questions. What is the shape? What is Michael Myers? Is it like, he goes after virgin, he goes after everybody but the virgin survives. Are you like an anti-sex before marriage? Is that the message for the film? And he's like, it's whatever you want it to be, right? Mm-hmm. So people make up their own thing at the when they see a piece of art. Right, it's their narrative. It's not up to the artist to tell you what to think. That's kind of a bad practice. But Taylor Swift puts out a song. People look into it deeply because they want to see a meaning into it, and she probably doesn't even know. She probably didn't even mean that. And someone like John Carpenter makes a film. People go, obsess on it, and they see a deeper meaning. To him, he'd roll his eyes. It's just a guy with a mask slashing people for 2 hours. That's all it is.
I'm the Easter egg queen in films, and we should do a film show because I'm a film buff too.
Well, we got Nate the lawyer. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I love him.
Yeah. So if you want to come in, we'll do we'll come in and we'll see what's up. Just let me know what kind of films you like, and we'll just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Because I gotta be honest.
I do Marvel too. Like anything like Easter eggs like that, like the Marvel lore, I'll go deep into. I just pretty much hyperfixate on a bunch of stuff. Currently, it's Baldoni that's like taking the first number 1 right now, because and that's why I wanted to just go like get dismissed, because I'm like, I want my life back.
Well, I'm going to go back to my other stuff probably tomorrow. Do you think there's going to be big news tomorrow?
No. So this is probably he's not going to roll on it for a while, because I remember when the Drake versus UMG happened, which by the way is the same lawyer as Blake Lively, Drake's lawyer. It took about like 4 to 6 weeks before he made a ruling, and this isn't going to trial till May. So he has from now until May to dismiss it. Tomorrow is going to be the settlement conference, but that's going to be a nothing burger, because we're not going to be privy to any information that comes out of that. And then the next hearing is going to be February 11th. And I think that's just like standard stuff. So this is kind of like the end of like the really big stuff, because we were waiting on the big evidence drop. All the discovery and the evidence is out. I think there might be a couple more things left to unseal. I'm not sure. But other than that, I feel like this is like, it's pretty much downhill from now until the trial. So
that's what I thought. That's good. That's a good thing, because I'm kind of like, it's not really well for me. I mean, for you, I saw your channel blow up, and that's a good thing. But you also do other things, so that's amazing. Lisa Boo, thank you so much for that very generous PayPal, folks. If you guys want to continue my coffee addiction, go ahead, send a PayPal. That's the best way. But if you can't, super chat. No one's super chat. Let's see who's gonna be the first super chatter. Just $1. Come on, come on. I'm gonna have to go back to panhandling.
One super
I don't want
chat
to go.
and I'll bust the flow. I'll do a rap for y'all. One super chat.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you'll rap
how I
if
be-
there's a super
that's
chat.
how I be busking on my channel. That's how I be busking. I'll be like, give me 10. No, I haven't done it lately, but we do fun ones sometimes at night where I'll be like, give me 10. And then one time we got to like 7 and they're like, please do the rap. I'm like, nope, y'all didn't get to 10. And then after I got off, I felt bad because I was like, dang, I should have just done it.
Well, not only that, like, look, either someone sends $1 super chat, or I have to, so I could continue to make fun of Taylor Swift in my videos, or I have to go back to the side of the freeway and beg for money on the exit. Which one do you guys want? All right.
The TikTok busking is crazy because it's just like pennies. So like you get all excited because it's like little emojis. Oh look, there's Ozzy.
Ozzy, save me.
Now I gotta rap.
Oh, okay. Hold on. World premiere. All right. World premiere. CJ is about to rap. Citizen journalist. Let's go on 3.
Wait, I can't freestyle. Hold on. I gotta think.
Oh, all right. Hold on a second. We still got some more. Oh, we got some more.
We gotta hear CJ rap.
Carmina, thank you so much. Ozzy and Carmina, thanks for that amazing support. Of course, we got Ozzy doing the PayPal as well, and Lisa Boo, we love you. Thank you so much for that. Okay, you ready to rap? You tell me.
Okay, let me think. Should we do a Blake Lively? Should we do a Taylor Swift?
Wait, you could do it on the fly, or you have it written?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and freestyle it.
Well, okay. Do Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift, maybe I press 1 if you think Taylor Swift's watching. I personally think she is. So if she maybe maybe she'll hook you up as a the side rap on her next album. She could actually have something good to listen to for a change. So yeah, do Taylor Swift. You good?
Let's see. I don't know. I'm like on the spot, face all red. Okay. She said, so we don't have a nerdy busking for oranges. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, let's see.
I don't do by the way, I don't do oranges. I just ask for money. I just sit on the joke is I don't sell oranges on the side of the freeway. I know that's a Latino stereotype. I'm a white guy. I'm a Twinkie. So I just ask for money and don't do shit. I'm kidding, folks.
Let's see. I'm on the spot now. Okay.
You want a little bit? We could talk a little bit more and give you a little bit of time.
Give me a beat.
You want me to give you a beat?
Let's see. Taylor Swift is a no. Taylor Swift is
boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. We got CJ in the house. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go, girl. Boom, boom, boom. I'm running out of breath. Boom, boom, boom.
We can't think of her highly because she went Blake Lively.
Boom, boom, boom. That was badass. Boom, boom, boom.
I can't think on the
fly. My homegirl CJ.
Boom,
boom, boom. My homegirl CJ spitting out the facts. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna be like Bohemian Diva when I did this on my channel, and she's like, "Girl, don't quit your day job."
Actually,
I'm gonna spit the freestyle I spit, or it wasn't freestyle, but it was pre-written that I spit for Bohemian on my 1-year live. It was like, forget the non-believers, haters, and dissers. Y'all better back up and give me some distance. Cause when I spit y'all non-existent, it's me in the mic, yeah, don't get it twisted. My rapping game is vicious, hard to resist that golden delicious. Like Snow White, you wanna take a bite. I spit game so sick, it could take your life.
Holy cow, that was great, folks. Let's hit those ones in appreciation. That was dope.
Bohemian, I read that in Bohemian's like, girl, you gonna need some practice.
Hey, I produce music, right? We'll talk later. So if you want to drop down some raps, but I do dance music. I don't do hip hop. I do mostly house and stuff like that, but in technos. But the rapping works with it. I'll send you my Spotify later. Shameless plug right there. But you know what? That was great, man. That's what we need. That's what we need in this world. Some more singing.
We made $24 off that.
Holy shit, man. I'm rich, and you got some more subs. Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. You guys all saved me. You
This is
saved me,
fun.
CJ.
It's a fun night. After, dude, I was on live for 5 hours this morning. I woke up super early so I could watch the streamers who were in line, so I could
Yeah.
get all the tea for my channel. And then I ended up, doing my regular show, and then I did another extra 2 hours for the live, the live hearing or whatever. And so this is fun. It's a good, like, relax, have a good time. Nothing too serious. So thank you.
Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I love. If we do too much of a format, we'll just burn out. I think my standalone videos do that. By the way, folks, I am also on kick.com/nerd report and twitch.com twitch.tv/nerd report. Are you on there?
On Twitch?
Kick?
No, I don't do Twitch. I only do TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok as well.
And YouTube, and then X is my other platform. But other than that, I don't mess with any of the other platforms. I did want to go on Twitch because Bieber got on Twitch, and I was like, oh, I need to get on Twitch. But
Kick is blowing up.
Oh, Kick is what you're saying. No.
No, Kick. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for that support. I saw Shelly in here. Welcome in, Shelly. Always a great.
And Carmina said you could auto tune me. I'm like, oh, okay.
She won't need to. I'm gonna tell you right now that I'm gonna say I would be shocked if Taylor Swift is not auto tuned, and everything. So a lot of these artists, they have they overlap their voices. I don't know how she does it, but they add some effects, man, to sound good. And
I love AJ McLean, from the Backstreet Boys. He just came out with a new album, like a solo album.
Yeah.
And they were making fun of him for being auto-tuned or whatever, and he like makes this big old deal, like literally stops his whole show to talk about how somebody called him out for auto-tune.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't auto-tune. He's like, I just made like a nasal sound, and my voice sounds different, like nasally. And like the whole time he's explaining it, I'm like, so auto-tune. Like it's just like,
yeah, it's all look, there's very few people that could really hang live and sound exactly like what their albums sound like, the pre-recorded one. Mariah Carey could do it live, you got some people like that. A lot of the divas from the 70s, those disco songs, like Martha Wash and all those people, they could do it live. But ultimately, you see these people live, they don't sound anything like what you bought the song or what you hear on the streaming services. That's just the way it is. I don't like Taylor Swift's music. I do think her new album's a little better, but I think they kind of sound like other stuff.
She supposedly got the beat from because you're his Spanish. I don't know if you know Luis Miguel.
Oh my god! In my opinion, it sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I mean, I wouldn't
made it into English lyrics and just took the whole song and just like flipped it.
Also, there's another one that was it? What's David Guetta, She Wolf? There's another one. I don't know, man. Whatever.
There's like a whole rabbit hole that's like these are all the songs that she kind of like took bars from or whatever. Which is
allegedly.
Allegedly, I know you don't have a little bar at the bottom. See, on my channel, I could talk freely because I just have the bar at the bottom.
Well, what is it? What does it say on the bottom?
It says, for entertainment purposes, allegedly, in my opinion, like for real, don't sue me. That's the whole bar.
I don't know. At this point, if you get sued, you may like go viral.
I know, right? But no, I don't want no. Like it was so funny because everyone was like, "I wish I got subpoenaed when Blake Lively was doing the subpoena." Like, come at me with the subpoena. And I'm like, no, you guys, like nobody wants a subpoena. Like, it's hard work to like write stuff up and all that. But yeah.
Here, look. There you go. For entertainment
only.
There you go, man. There you go. You guys happy? I got hacked by a Swiftie who wrote that. Look.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, okay. Today's trial was cool. The hearing was cool because it kind of like wrapped up everything. I mean, there is a chance that maybe it's over, but who knows? The fact that the woman, I know you're gonna play the video, Siegfried or whatever.
Where's the video? Where's the
play
video?
play a little bit of it. The video that you were gonna play of her lawyer. It did look like a hostage situation, like the way that she was looking, like forward or whatever. It's right there. It
Okay,
was
let me see.
really crazy.
It's actually longer than this. I'm just gonna play part of it because I don't even know if these
Yeah.
people will copyright strike me. You know.
Yeah.
The core of this case is about a woman.
Could you guys hear this? Let me know
Yeah,
in the comments.
right,
You can hear it.
The core of this case is about a woman trying to protect herself and others in the workplace. There's been mountains of evidence that have come out this week that have been unsealed. And what that evidence shows very clearly is that Blake was not alone. There were multiple women who raised concerns in this workplace. That Mr. Baldoni felt free to talk about having orgasms in the workplace.
Okay, pause it right there. Pause it right there. Because
Wait, hold on. Before I go, I just want to say thank you, Shelly, before I forget, for that very generous PayPal. Let's keep hearts for Shelly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shelly. I had to thank you right after the word orgasm. But you
no,
are awesome.
I want to explain what the orgasm part is. He basically was.
All right, well, hold on.
Okay,
CJ's gonna explain what the orgasm part is. All right.
Okay.
I should get a super chat just for that. Go ahead.
The orgasm part is he was basically writing a scene for they were collaborating on writing a scene for this film or whatever. And that's why, in that sense, he was talking about orgasms, because she's like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing to orgasm in that way. And he's just like, oh, well, me and my wife do it or whatever, like thinking that they were just, I mean, she had by this point talked about, or Ryan had talked about his perineum by this point. He felt like it was like, like when you're just talking with the homie and it's just like, oversharing. So, you're saying that he's inappropriate. For me, I feel like he was just being an oversharer. Like, oh yeah, this happened to me. The way that she says it, because even when she says showing that or talking about his genitalia, all he did was say like she was going to circumcise her baby. And then he's like, all my boys are circumcised. I'm circumcised. That's literally all he said. And then they're like, the way that they word salad it to make it sound like so dire.
Okay, look, you are 100% right for normal people. For normal people, yes. Normal people think exactly like you. All right. But we're talking about, listen, let me give you a couple things here. In my opinion here. Blake Lively is a trap. All right. In my opinion, that's the type of person, I've met people like this before. They will be clutching their pearls about anything you say, but then they're the first ones to overstep their line, and you know what? That's what Hollywood is. It's false projection. And Justin Baldoni should have known that. If I know that I'm not even.
Now he knows better, though. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, now.
Okay, yeah, but he should have known back then. He should have known back then.
Yeah.
I don't have an excuse. I'm not a puppy guy. I don't feel sorry for people after a while. I think he needed a man up, pun intended. And I don't know if he really believes his podcast, but what he thought was he thought all masculinity is quote unquote toxic. He lost all masculinity. Masculinity is not toxic. Femininity is not toxic. None of it. Those words don't go together. It's evil people and good people. And you know what? Part of being a man is standing up for yourself. He literally took time away from his family and friends to make this project, his dream job, come to life. And he may have let this woman step on him by some weird crusade about you need to let women talk. That has nothing to do with this, man. They're trying to hijack your project, dude. There's a difference. You let a woman talk, yes. You let a man talk. Everybody has a right to be heard, in my opinion, right? But not when they're fucking trying to hijack your shit.
Yeah,
like you needed a man up, bro.
He was screwed if he did. Like he was screwed if he didn't, because
he was. But that's the thing.
Subscribers. It's like he with the subscribers.
CJ, he wasn't screwed. He had Wayfair. Wayfair is $1 billion corporation. He could knock people out. He has power. He wants people to feel sorry for him, in my opinion. There's a lot of people we've never heard of that own Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. They're called execs. And Wayfair is one of them too. He's holding his own against her now. I don't know where I don't know what he's thinking, really. I know
But
he's trying to.
if he had come after her before, then it really would have been like, oh, you came after her. It was like at that point he was just like,
But all he has to do is
nothing.
pull up. All he has to do is pull the receipts. That's it.
Yeah, he should have. You're right. He should have pulled up the receipts way earlier. That's for sure.
All he had to do was say, "Hey, this lady's trying." If this is the case, again, I'm going to disclaimer here because I don't want these freaks coming after me, and everything. This is just based on my opinion. Again, listen, if he hired her, and correct me, PJ, if I'm wrong. He hires her. She tries to take over the film allegedly, right? He's her boss. He's her boss. He owns the film. If she does something out of line and messes up the film, it's on her, not on him. It elevates him. So if the narrative is correct that he stayed quiet and he's because he's a nice guy, I'm not buying the nice guy thing. I think it's stupid guy. There comes a point where like niceness is irrelevant here. It is stupid, and I hate to say it, Mr. Baldoni, because I know you're watching. As a friend, you show no backbone, and that's really bad, man. And I'm sorry that if she tried to take the film over for you, I feel sorry for you, dude. It's a bad thing she did, and it's despicable that you had to stay in the basement. That's embarrassing, but you didn't stand up for yourself. And guess what?
You know what? Jamie had more of a spine than I feel like Baldoni did.
Correct.
Some of the deposition, Jamie had a little bit more of a spine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess he was just a little too nice, and yeah, like now he'll learn that you can't like just trust everybody and be nice to everybody.
He should have known that though. That's the way Hollywood is.
He better not be oversharing after this, like his old neurodivergent. What did he say that he's neurodivergent? Because a lot of it, I felt like he just felt so comfortable with her that he thought he could just like diarrhea of the mouth and just tell her everything.
Okay, but here's a contradiction as a human stance, not legally. If he does not feel comfortable with her, what do you say? He felt comfortable with her?
No, that he felt comfortable enough to like share personal details.
And why is he scared of her? Why is he? If you're so comfortable with someone, here I'm having a conversation with you for the first time, right? And you say, hey, you're a fan of Nerd Report, I'm a fan of yours. You have no problem pushing back on my opinions, right? And I push back on your opinion, and we're in the first meeting here today. We're comfortable going back and forth. He allegedly is her boss, has been doing this for a long time, feels comfortable telling her stuff, but is not comfortable enough to say, hey, Blake, you know what? It's my film. I think you're stepping on a line. He didn't do that. That's not being nice. That's being dumb or naive or not man enough. I don't know what it is. And I'm not saying, oh, raw masculinity. I'm saying even it's feminine to stand up for yourself too. That's what humans need to do. That is leadership. That is life. That is humans. That is the power we have.
In his
right?
deposition, though, it is kind of sad though if you read his full deposition where he's just like, I was just scared. And it's like, I mean, I could see him being scared, but if he had Sarowitz, it's like, you're right. You had Sarowitz. Why would you be scared? But yeah, he does come off like, I mean, but even Jamie at one point does say, he's like, dude, we were just scared. Like we'd never dealt with anything like that. And I think
no one is scared of Ryan Reynolds.
I think it went wrong where like it was like this, Ryan Reynolds' wife on this, like they had only produced a couple of films or whatever. They were kind of smaller. So I feel like that already right away, she wanted to take over because she felt like, oh, this is, and it wasn't even her that wanted to take over. It was Ryan. Ryan felt like it was beneath her because remember, he wrote everything. That's why when I'm reading everything and he's getting mad, I'm like, he's not getting mad for Blake. He's getting mad because he was probably doing the wardrobe too. I bet you everything was Brian. Like she had a little like earpiece in her ear and it was Brian being like, nope, more flowers, less flowers.
And I gotta say, I found a copy of
Allegedly.
that Blu-ray. The Blu-ray It Ends With Us. I didn't know the studio sent it to me. I was cleaning up and I found it unopened. Isn't that weird?
Oh my God, you gotta watch it now. I watched it last night.
No, I saw the film. I like it's.
Did you?
I thought the movie was good. I thought it was good. What do you think of it?
Blake's acting. I felt like she was being too much Blake, like talking with her hands, and I'm like that's Blake. I can't see like Lily. All I see is Blake because I've been watching so many interviews of her where she uses her hands a ton to talk. And that's what she kept doing. And I was just like, stop using your hands, quit being Blake. But I did enjoy Justin Baldoni's performance. I thought he did really, really good with like the change of emotion, especially in the last scene. When he like gets told that the baby's gonna get named after his brother, and then he gets all happy, and then she's like, but I want a divorce. Like that whole part messed me up because I was like, Colleen Hoover, why are you writing this? Like, this is so messed up. But and then Brandon Sklenar, who I do not like, I do have to give him kind of his flowers because I know someone in my chat today was like, he's kind of mid, but I liked his acting too. I didn't like Jenny Slate or Hassan. It felt like it was like, I don't know, their acting it didn't do it for me.
Well,
But,
you know what? I saw it. I feel like it was a Hallmark film on steroids.
Yeah, it was.
And then knowing that these two hated each other and the chemistry they had in the film, in my opinion, I thought that was really good. I thought it was really good. It's a little bit of a fantasy, the ending, though. I don't feel like an abusive man like that, like he was supposed to be, would leave. I think it was too easy.
Like, right when he's like, I want a divorce, after she just said I named the baby after him, I felt like if it was like a character, like what they were trying to depict, that was like an abuser, that it wouldn't have been safe for her. Like he probably would have like, grabbed her.
Forced himself. Correct.
It was really messed up. It's like, because for those of you hosts who don't know, Ryle in the movie, he unalives his little brother when he's 6 years old on accident because there's, like a weapon in the house or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Yeah. And so he's living with all that, like, grief and trauma. And, they kind of allude to the fact that maybe that's why he's violent or whatever, because he's still like dealing with demons.
Yeah.
But then they named the little baby after his brother. And so he's like, he goes from being like, that's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. It's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. And then she looks at him dead in the eye and is like, I want a divorce. I was like, that is scary. If that was really an abuser, you would never do that. Like,
well, I mean, here's some people say, T-Nice says, dude, her costumes in the movie, her outfits were ugly. Look, she's not my taste. I think like she looks weird in everything she wears, like in real life. Honestly, that's just my opinion about her. I mean, I'm trying not to be biased. I do think Blake Lively has nice hair. She's not as ugly as people say. I don't think she's the best, but I mean, her attitude is, this is Hollywood. I've seen people like this. I've met people like this, but who's not ugly and who's not a bad person is Ann Rasmussen. And not only for always supporting the channel here, becoming a member, but also a friend here. Ann, do me a favor. Everybody say thank you to Ann for becoming a member. Ann. And also do me a favor, Ann, if you could sub to CJ and everyone here, and let her know on her new live or on her next video that you saw her here on Nerd Report. Okay, that would mean a lot to me, because
Louise sent me.
Because that would give me a reason to call her back, and she'll be like, yeah, I'll do it, because this guy gets me some more subs. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's just fun to just hang out. I'd come with no subs, no busking. It's fun to hang out.
I know. I'm just kidding. Crap. A lot of the things I say is full.
I appreciate the love you're sending over to my channel. That I love it. And you'll have to come on my channel one day too. I do other celebrity court cases. I was doing Spencer Pratt was pretty big. You hear that one? He wanted to be LA mayor. We did that one. We did Kevin Costner.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Well, you don't have to answer it. You're in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know? Could you say the state or anything? You don't have to though.
I'm in Texas.
Oh, okay. So you're in Texas. So that's the number. Okay, cool. So there we go. Let's actually watch this entire clip, because we kind of paused it in the middle. All right. This is Blake Lively's lawyer. What's her name?
Sigrid McCauley.
Okay, let's go with that. I've never seen her before. Let's go.
The core of this case is about a woman trying to protect herself and others in the workplace. There's been mountains of evidence that have come out this week.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, I think it restarted though from the beginning, but that's
yes.
Been unsealed. And what that evidence shows very clearly is that Blake was not alone. There were multiple women who raised concerns in this workplace. Mr. Baldoni.
And I'll keep playing it, but that right there if it's again, I don't know. These are accusations. I hope not, because I'm more worried about victims. I don't give a shit about Blake Lively losing or winning or whatever. I'm more concerned about victims. All right, and you know, but that right there is gonna ruin Justin's career. Just accusations only. I've been around long enough to know that all you need to be is accused of something, and people, there's going to be a certain segment of the world that believes you are guilty no matter what, even if you prove it without a shadow of a doubt. And that's just reality. That's already a big damage. What do you think, CJ?
Yeah, if you see though, it's like the narrative has shifted from like, oh, this is a like, a Me Too case, or, type of thing, to it's hostile work environment. So they've really switched the narrative with this new lawyer here. She's the she used to be this, the lawyer for the Epstein victims, and a lot of people think that's why they hired her, so they could associate Baldoni to him. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that on your YouTube. Now you're gonna get
No. I don't. What did you say? I don't know. Look, I'm at the point. I'm at the point right now where, like, we hold YouTube, if you're watching or whatever. We don't promote hate and everything.
No, I just said Epstein. That's it. And
so that's fine. That's fine. Everyone says that, so it's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, sometimes they mess with you. So I don't know. I'm learning too, like, what YouTube words, because on TikTok you can't really say, like, there's certain rules over there too, where like certain words get automatically like video flagged or whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes I mix up the rules, but yeah. So that's who they used to have Nick Shapiro as the spokesperson, but I feel like now they're getting a woman because now the narrative has shifted from the kind of like the SH stuff. I mean, it's still there, but the way they're talking about it is hostile work environment, instead of saying because they want to put in these other allegations that he yelled at people and things like that. But
and are those allegations already out there, or we still have to wait and see?
No, yeah, those allegations are already out there. And
yeah, I've seen some of them
today at the trial. The one with Isabella is, because she's like, there's other women and other casts that came forward. The one with Isabella, oh my God, it's so funny because she says that that Justin Baldoni made her like lick a spoon of the cookie dough when they were doing a scene. Mm-hmm. And look up at her at young Atlas, and as she was licking the cookie dough. But then in the book, literally that scene is in there where so Colleen literally wrote that in the book, and he was just asking them to play out what's in the book. So it's just funny that to her, she considered that like SH or whatever. And it was just literally the scene from.
Well, yeah, a lot of the things sound really
lick the spoon, and it's like, it's in the book.
Yeah, a lot of the things sound really dumb, and they look really dumb. And that's why people are getting flashbacks of Amber Heard. Because she's getting caught red-handed with some really stupid things. And I'm saying that coming as a guy who is in the middle or trying to be, but yeah, definitely it looks like Justin Baldoni is getting the very short end of the stick here.
And then you brought the Baldoni stan on your show.
Who is it?
I said, then you brought the Baldoni stan.
Are you? I didn't even notice that.
I'd be scanning the lawyers too. I'd be loving the lawyers on Baldoni's side.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good lawyers as far as like the writing. Today, Bob impressed me. He didn't start off like very good, but at the end he was like, Your Honor, we're here for nuzzling on the neck, because they kept talking about the dance scene and how he kept nuzzling her neck, and which is actually in the book as well too. So it's like nobody read the book. That was the first part.
Look, my thing with Justin Baldoni is I've been seeing things in society evolve for a while, and I think we as humanity, we need more unity. We need different races to get along. We need different religions to get along. We need both sexes to get along, men and women, especially, because there's too many rivalries for stupid shit. You live in Texas. Texas is better than LA, whatever. People fight for all these things. I got the impression that a lot of Justin Baldoni stuff is, look at me, I'm a feminist, masculinity bad. I'm the one that's good, that understands. And I'm like, no, I've met guys like you. You are the opposite. Okay. Now, I'm not saying in this case or whatever, but it's just like, I don't know, man. And it's like these seminars he has that really, really remind me of Scientology seminars. Because at the end of it, he's talking to a bunch of people in these seminars, and then it's like, buy my book at the end for
It's like when
$2.99.
everybody's like, oh, it's the grift or whatever. It's like so many people do it in so many different aspects of like life. So when people come at him like, oh,
Mhm.
the feminist grift or this or that, it's like there's so many grifts. Like I was talking about it on whose channel, I forget whose channel I was talking about it on, but there was people who were like, go after they say Candace Owens is a grift, and yeah, she is a grift,
She
but it's
is
like everybody's just like doing their own thing. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like going after him saying like, oh, it's a grift. I mean, he's just trying to make his money, like support his family or whatever.
Yeah, but then don't, he's doing it on the backs of men. Trying to say that
Here's something funny. There's
Uh-huh.
a text message with Blake Lively where she tells Taylor Swift, like, I have toxic masculinity and I can't be like sensitive or whatever. And so I was like, not they put Blake Lively as the lead actress, but she's toxic masculinity with the feminist. What do they?
Yeah, and here's the deal. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like when he does his seminars, he's like, "Oh, or he has a speech. He's like, "Yeah, men. I was told as a man I can't cry," and I'm like, "Bro, men never get told not to cry. As a matter of fact, most masculine films and masculine icons, movies that men mostly like." Man, like Rambo, he fucking cries in that movie. Rocky, he cries in that movie. UFC fighters, when they win, you can't get more masculine than that.
Mhm.
When they win titles, they cry their ass off. That's part of being a man, and you're gonna tell me that Rambo is not a man's film, man. It's so manly. I got pregnant watching it. You know what I mean? So it's like, so when he comes out like, well, because we're told not to, as a man, we're not supposed to cry. It's like, bro, that's your experience, bro. Like, that's not me. That's not the guy. That's weird to me. And then he says, buy my book for $2.99.
Have you bought it? Have you bought Man Enough?
Hell no, bro. Did you?
No, I haven't bought any of his. But I didn't really know like a lot too much about him. I didn't even know too much about Blake Lively either. But I just became obsessed with it because
yeah.
it was the talk of X. It was right when I had started my account because I was gonna like Roz alerts on X. I wanted to report like on like news, like like planes. I think one of the first news things was when the plane crash happened in Philly. And so I was just gonna be like a breaking news girl. I was gonna try to make it as that.
I think you can. I think you need to like always mention like in these stories where you have several people watching. Also mention, hey, by the way, I also do other stuff.
Yeah, and so it went from doing that, and then this fell on my lap, and I do a little bit of true crime as well too. But and then I just became hyper fixated on this, and it was like. So there was nights where I didn't sleep. I was up all night reading docs and
all good, all good. That's a form of nerding out. That's a form of being
nerding out. No more Marvel. It's because they messed me up after Doomsday. So I was like, my Marvel hyper
Endgame.
It's just I don't know the whole the Kong universe. Like once they switched it all up, I kind of was like, okay, what's going on?
It's not very.
I need Charlie Day like to like different timelines, and I'm like, let's just go back to the simplicity of Marvel. Like, let's bring a Black Widow back. She's never coming back, she said, but I was more simple. We'll see if I come back for Doomsday or what, but
I'm done. I gotta be honest. I'm done with those movies. I can't stand Disney stuff. But let's finish her statement real quick, and we'll go back to Marvel.
We can't. Okay.
Because she's just we paused her and her face froze. You know what I mean? She's out in the cold. We need to like finish her statement. Hold on.
Baldoni felt free to talk about having orgasms in the workplace. He felt free to talk about having sex with women without their consent. He felt free to talk about and describe his genitalia. He felt free to call women in the workplace, quote, sexy or quote, hot. And Mr. Heath felt free to walk into Blake Lively's trailer.
They're still going with this?
Dress and stare at her without her permission.
I thought
That's
this
what
was all disproven, like
yeah,
by
it was like the trailer thing. It was like I think that there was like some kind of mirror involved because I was just reading the latest deposition that got unsealed, and he like turned around and somehow like caught a glance of her in the mirror or something, and then it just came out in her own deposition that she told him like, okay, go ahead and come in.
oh my
So
god, listen, some of these people need to grow up because if I'm assuming being in the same room with a woman breastfeeding or pumping or whatever she was doing is like having a mole in your face. No matter how much you try not to look at it, your eyes are gonna go right there. They
get
like
it.
go, yeah, you're gonna look at the person's mole, right?
No, and then it's debunked because her makeup artist in her deposition said she threw a cape over her, like a hair cape, like a hair cutting cape.
Yeah.
And then the other lady, the makeup artist, her story was that she threw a towel over her. So I was like, so both of them are saying that she was covered. And now you're telling me that she was uncovered and he saw her? Like, it don't make no sense. So even her own witnesses debunk her. But nobody knows unless you're like hyper fixated, like, some of us sleuths who, dig through all
Well,
the
I don't follow it as much, and I know this is kind of like already kind of debunked
yeah.
narrative. But if I wasn't, I'd be looking at this lawyer and going, "Oh my god, like Justin Baldoni messed up, right?" So that's a big deal to me.
So apparently she's not going to make any more films. There was a text with Ryan and one of the Sony execs that said that she was like going to retire, thinking of retiring or whatever. So
She
we'll see
was,
if that's the end of it. Yeah, there's a retirement text. I'm going to have to pull it up because I didn't screenshot it. I might put it on my show tomorrow
yeah.
if I find it. But yeah, Ryan's like, she's probably going to retire after this or something like that. Like
Ryan Reynolds doesn't have to retire, by the way, folks. No matter how many people are like upset at him, the fans he has is another dimension. I've seen it. They don't give a shit. They just want to see Deadpool. They don't give a crap. Unlike me, who will not watch Marvel because Mark Ruffalo is a piece of shit. I will not watch because Ryan Reynolds is a piece of shit too. Because at the very least, whatever side you're on here, these people tried to silence creators. They try to silence people with their First Amendment, and that's bullshit. I don't give a crap what side you're on. If Baldoni or Blake, Blake messed up by trying to silence creators, an intimidation factor, messing with our First Amendments, and the nerve to say that someone like Signor is not a journalist. Everyone's a journalist under the First Amendment. And then that weird, and I'll say it right now, that weird judge that said, "Oh, since you're not on TV, you're not a real journalist." Guess what, Judge? I don't know what century you're from, but YouTube is on every single smart TV since I
and
can
that's why they
remember.
call it channels. You have a YouTube channel, like by definition, it's a channel. And then he's got Popcorn Planet, which is his main.
Well, it's all irrelevant to begin with. We're all
Mhm.
journalists. I mean, it amazes me how many people that
That's why I put it in my name. They can't say shit. No, I'm just kidding.
well, everyone's a journalist.
Like, it's
Everyone
my
has
name.
freedom of
It's my
the
name.
press.
You
That's
wanna
okay.
say
So one of the things about this country is like people could blow the whistle on corrupt politicians or corruption. We could do that and by filming them. As long as it's not private, as long as it's in public, you could do that, right? You could film people from the sidewalk or whatnot. We could report on whatever we want. And the weird argument that, oh, you're making way too many videos on Blake. It's like, bro, I didn't know there was a limit. Like that is childish arguments here. You said there was an update on Popcorn Planet's subpoena?
Yeah, there's if you go to I believe it's it ends with lawsuits on Reddit. That's who had it up.
Yeah.
Or you can go on docket updates and then but yeah, basically they filed something. I didn't get to read it, but they filed a response to his filing. So that's what ended up happening was yeah, that's the same clip right there, where she's just like, it was just too overly rehearsed. I wish she would have been like a little bit more like natural with it. Cause it's like, I'm not trying to be like funny because you're right. It's about the victims and stuff. So I'm not trying to downplay like if this stuff actually happens, but just like the way she was talking and like it
Like
just
a
felt like she was
robot.
being held hostage. I was like, blink if you need help. It was like too
No,
overly
I'm sure she believes what she's saying. That's just the way they are.
but yeah, so we'll have to see what's going on in Hollywood. I mean, I guess we're getting like a sneak peek into the PR, into we got the agents now. We got all the text from the agents, how it works with the
I could
production.
tell you exactly how PR works. I used to work for PR in Hollywood, so and also get called in for them. And there's been, and you could probably remind the audience a little and remind me, but I always knew that someone that would know all the tea is actually the makeup person at junkets. I was right about that, right? Because there is a makeup person that spilled the tea, isn't there, somewhere in here?
Yeah, well, her makeup artist, but she was contradicting everything, so I don't know. I don't know if she.
Makeup artists are forced to sign an NDA. Just so you know, I know one that's I'm not gonna say who she is, but yeah, because I was doing a few interviews and they go, hey, you want to powder up? I'm like, shit, yeah, I want to powder up. I can't have fucking the movie star look too much better than me. So I got some powder on my forehead and I made friends with a couple of the makeup people before doing the interviews with the actors. And I started talking to her. I was like, oh yeah, I hear so many things, and we're under NDA. I see arguments. I see like so many things that I can't talk about. So,
but it do be the hairstylist and the makeup artist, because when it was, I don't know if you follow like Alabama Barker and Bad Baby, when they had their beef, it was the hairstylist that was like
the hairstylist.
Yeah. So, and then J Lo's hairstylist as well. So yeah, it is. It's always the makeup artists because they're the ones closest to hairdressers and bartenders.
You let you let your guard down. All right, listen. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to give your final statement on this, and then I'm going to give, as you say that, anyone have any more questions for CJ or any statement you want to do? I'll try to highlight you all. If not, we're going to end today's stream. But what are your final thoughts here?
My final thoughts is that I'm hoping for a dismissal so I can, go back to I was learning Portuguese before this because I'm Portuguese and Spanish. So I was trying to learn Portuguese and I was learning the piano, and then this hit. So I'm like, I want to get back to my regular life. Yeah. And I'm hoping that it gets dismissed. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow morning. If y'all want to check out, more of a recap of what happened, if you're really into this case, I'm going to be having some of the creators that were there at the inside the courthouse. So that should be at 8 a.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm going to do another episode on film credits and the importance of film credits, because through all this, we've been talking about PGA and all that stuff. And I literally just learned, I did a deep dive for 2 days on film credits and how there's been, previous fights over it in different movies. So I wanted to do like a fun, just like kind of like a movie video or stream, whatever, explaining why it's so important, which ones should come first, what a film buy means, what introducing means, like there's different types of credits. And I know it's like kind of like a nerdy thing, but I'm gonna
no. I think it's a shame that a lot of the people into this kind of trial tune out for that, but it's very, very important. And also, the rule is this: if a director comes along and they're no-name director and they're directing a no-name actress, Blake Lively, the no-name director kind of tells, Blake Lively's got to know she does what he says no matter what. She's at his disposal, right?
He wasn't acting with Blake Lively. Remember, Ryan Reynolds had the earpiece in her ear.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
He hired Ryan Reynolds. They do everything together. That's where he messed up.
And then there's actors. If the actor's way bigger than the director, then the actor dictates. Whoever's. But if you got if you got a director like Nolan, you don't tell him what to do. It could be Robert Downey Jr. or like Nolan tells the sometimes, like if you have a big actor and you're a director and you say, hey, play this like that, and the actor chooses to do it differently, the actor has final say. If it's a big actor, it's weird how that works, right? But if you're like Christopher Nolan or Steven Spielberg, you're like, no, Tom Cruise, you're going to do what I tell you.
Nerd, give me your top 3 movies then, because you're like, I don't do Marvel. What's the top 3 movie? Like,
of all time?
or just like some recommends. Like give me some good recommends or like.
Okay, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. Movies that I keep watching over and over again. I gotta say, my favorite movie of all time is The Empire Strikes Back. Period.
Love those. Love
Okay.
those.
I love those, but Empire Strikes Back out of those. But then I'm not gonna say, and then the first one is too. I love the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Another great one.
They stand up the test of time 20 plus years later, and they get better. They seem to just get better. I love the Back to the Futures. You could be in a bad mood and you put on the first Back to the Future.
But you're gonna get mad when I tell you why I like the Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, because the Easter eggs, because I'd be like, looking into it, like the Christian metaphors and all that stuff.
Okay.
That's why I love them.
No, there is a undertone, right? There's an undertone to them. I love horror movies because
have you seen him? Oh
no,
God.
I haven't seen him.
You should watch him. It's a football horror. Do you watch football? Because I'm like, I didn't want to watch.
It doesn't matter. I'll get into it. I've seen some really good.
I'd recommend him because I'm not into horror movies, and I didn't want to watch it because I don't like how they make me feel. It's just like, I don't know.
Did you watch it? Welcome to Derry.
No, my friend Chad, Geeky Cast. I don't know if you know him. He has a channel also on YouTube, but he was like trying to get me into it. Welcome to Derry, but I was like, dude, no. Did
you watch it? Did you watch it chapter 1?
Yeah, I did watch it chapter 1. With
and 2.
It's so funny with my niece, and she was like not like freaked out about it, and I was. The whole It, and even the original It still gives me like the heebie-jeebies.
Do me a favor, if you can, watch it chapter 1, the latest one, and then chapter 2, and then go Welcome to Derry. This is the Lord of the Rings of horror. It is so good. It is so good.
I'm gonna try it again, but I had put on the first episode, and I was like, nope, can't do it.
No, don't go episode. You kind of need the original because it has some crazy revelations. It has some crazy revelations.
I'll try it for you, nerdy.
Try. It's a little gross, sometimes. Let me put it this way. Stranger Things is a wannabe. It's a wannabe Stephen King. So I love horror and stuff. I love the Dark Knight Rises, the Dark Knight trilogy, and I love Superman 1978. I love that character. So there's a lot of things I love. I could get into anything. I love a good biopic about sports or boxing or something like that. What do you like?
Well, those are some of the recent ones I watched was him that I was like, I loved it. Like, I didn't think I would, and just like the acting, the cinematography, it was really, really good. Mostly I watch, I like puzzly movies, things like where you have to figure it out as you go. The Rip one, which I was like, dang it, if I had known Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were bullying Baldoni, I wouldn't have watched it. But the Rip one was really good.
Is that the new one on Netflix?
Yeah, you should watch it. It's got like
I did. Lisa watched it. Grayson reported. She had it in the background. It looked all right, right? Yeah, it looked all right.
It was really good. It's if you like puzzly movies, it's a good puzzle movie. And then what's another recent one that I've seen? I'm trying to think. But mostly I don't do like drama, so that's why when I watched It Ends With Us, I was like, I'm not the audience, because then I was like,
I'm not either, and I liked it. I gotta be honest with you, I liked the movie.
It was all right. It was all right. I think that the whole time I was just watching it, like, did Blake do this edit or like because she said that she also was the director of photography and everything. So I'm like, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, is this Blake or is this the actual person who's in the credits? Like, who did the work?
Yeah.
Because it said that she even did the coloring for the movie, and I didn't really like the coloring that
color
much.
Correction.
Yeah, I didn't really like it, and even the shots from inside the bookshop, like the darkness or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like too dark, and then the music overlapped the voices sometimes, and I was like, so I didn't really like what she did with the music. It just, you could tell that it was not edited very well.
See, I thought opposite. I thought it was.
That's my girl.
What's up, girl? Welcome in.
That's my girl, Jessica Lisi. Welcome. She said
I
that I did see him. It was very good. She's saying she did see him.
You're saying
him.
And with Welcome to Derry, but I see him with my son. That was very good. Nice. Jackie, thank you for being a member here. Love you in the community. Thank you. That's one thing about the Nerd Troopers. Like I see the people that are the core group, and I love you guys. You guys show up to whatever. I mean, I could be watching grass grow, and you guys come in and give me a good time. So I love you guys.
Thank you, Khaleesi. I call them the day ones. Y'all the day ones. The people who come here for like whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's great. I wish, you could just do that. Instead of talking about Blake Live, we would just hang out.
Like, let's just hang out. No, we got to do I'll put together something maybe, and then I'll send it over to you. Cause it's so funny. Cause sometimes when, well, I don't do it as much anymore. Cause now I just kind of freestyle, but I remember, All About the Real Housewives. It's a podcast. They're, I think they're two sisters or two cousins. When they asked me to go on their show, and then I sent him here's the PDF of the script of the show, or what we could talk about. Here's some ideas. And she's like, dang, you're like super organized, but we'll figure out something to do together. I feel like we vibe good, and we could figure out.
And look, if we disagree on films, that's all good. I'm going to show you something here real quick. It's going to give me a shameless plug, because I was thinking of starting a daily show here, and my other channel is called Nuke the Fridge. And you're probably wondering, what the hell does Nuke the Fridge mean? Well, it's that scene in Indiana Jones. Could you guys see it on screen? Yeah, you can see it. That scene on Indiana Jones in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, when Indiana Jones got inside a refrigerator to avoid getting killed by a nuclear bomb. That's where the Nuke the Fridge word comes from, or the phrase and stuff. And you could see me here, and I got my interviews and stuff. Let me see if I could pick out someone who's popular in the interviews. Let me see. I got some previous.
I didn't know you had another channel. I'd be watching you, and I didn't know that you had another channel. Here's
me with the Star Trek cast, The Boys. You ever watch The Boys?
I love The Boys.
Well, here's a few.
I can't wait for another.
Here's me talking to
The Boys.
Evolved through the years. Well,
here's an interview with me with the cast of The Boys.
I didn't know that he was a homeboy's son. He's a nepo. Well, I don't want to say nepo baby. I like him as an actor, but he's the son of, is it Don Johnson and who? The one of the actors. His parents are like really famous actors, and I didn't know that.
Well, I thought he was Hugh Jackman's twin.
Oh, really?
He looks like Hugh Jackman, right? The guy, this guy.
No, the one on the left. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the guy on the right. He's
okay,
Don Johnson and someone's Dennis Quaid. Why did I say Don Johnson?
Quaid, yeah?
Miami Vice. Dennis Quaid's son, and I was like, oh dang, I didn't know that was his son. But yeah, I like The Boys. I tried to get into Gen V, the second season, but it wasn't. I didn't really like it that much. I think I got to like the second episode of season 2.
I like this one too, Jennifer Connelly.
Here with us. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
so look at you. You know Hollywood. You're like, dude.
I do. That's why I'm kind of, if I would
standing Baldoni, I know these people, but you know what?
I know these people. I've stumbled across, not the exact person, obviously, but I've stumbled across these characters before, and they're not all bad. And everything, I got the cast of Cobra Kai here. Let me see. I'm looking for probably the one I always revert to is.
I liked Cobra Kai.
Here's Jason Momoa. He fanboys on me. Believe it or not.
Jason Momoa does. Oh my god! Did you hear Friedman today? Tell Andy that he was hotter than Harvey from Harvey Levin from TMZ.
He told Andy that.
Like, do you have a comment? He's like, nah. He's like, I can't comment. Andy tried to get an interview. He's like, only comment I'm making is that you're hotter than Harvey Levin.
Check this out. No, that's what Friedman said.
Yeah, Friedman told Andy that, and I was just like, and it just made his day.
Check this out.
He's so enthusiastic with all the projects.
I was just gonna say, you got a lot of enthusiasm. I'm digging your energy.
I know.
Yeah, look, if this show doesn't get me
so that I got Keanu Reeves in there, and it goes on and on.
I love that for you. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to subscribe to that one because I didn't know about your Nuke the Fridge.
Yeah. What do you think of that name? It's weird, huh?
Yeah, that's a really cool name. I like it. So
Yeah,
that's cool that you're into film and stuff. Cause like I said, I love actors and films, and I could talk about it all day, like cinematography and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, that would be cool. So if the Blake Lively case gets dismissed, we could talk film.
Oh, it's gonna eventually end. It's gonna eventually end, so that we're gonna have to. Here's me and Keanu. Go and look at the Keanu one if you can. All right, I'm gonna go because we could be talking forever. I'm gonna go.
Is Andy here? Everybody's saying hi, Andy. I don't think he's here. Is he? No, I don't think he's here. In here.
You know what? He may be. For some weird reason, I do not get. I don't see everyone that's in the chat. He's here, Andy. If you're here,
Andy,
welcome in. I don't see him in the chat, right?
Pull him up. They're saying he's here. I don't see him.
I can't pull up anything. I can't pull anything up.
I'm like, pull him up. But yeah, there's my channel.
Anyways, listen, great work, Andy, over there. There's your channel. Great work over there at in New York.
In New York. I know, I loved it. And he was out in the cold giving us all the tea. I was like, yes, thank you, Andy. Because I'm so nosy. I wanted to know now. A lot of the creators went and had lunch and all that. So I appreciated that Andy was out there. And there's
they say he's here. I just don't see him in the chat.
Kim has always supported my channel, him and Kim. And so I appreciate him. He was actually the very first time I ever went live. I was like, no, I don't want to stream. I'm just an X, account. And he's like, come on, like you can do it. And so the very first time I went, my very first stream was on Andy's channel. So thank you, Andy, for that. Appreciate you.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, we can't see him for whatever reason. He's hiding from us on the.
Hey, he wants it. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me get him in here.
All right.
Let me get him in here. Sending a link through Telegram.
You may need to switch from top messages. Now I'm on just like live messages, but I don't know. It's weird. Maybe something like a little glitch.
Yeah, D9 says it's here. Okay, stay put, folks. We're gonna have Signor here. We're gonna also cut this segment if he comes in. So let's hold on a second here. CJ, if you have a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm good. CJ,
hold on, let me get that. You guys good in the chat? Let me know if there's anything else as I get this link over there. All right, link right here. Boom.
Yeah, if you scroll down on my past live streams, you can see like I did other stuff. I did the David case. It's like, the true crime one. That was kind of big because it's like, music related. I did the David case. But it got too dark for me, that case. I was like, okay, I don't like, this is way too dark. Because it started getting into like the music.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing about true crime. I can't do much of it because it's a victim. The victims. Once the victims start catching the bad guys, that's always awesome to me. But seeing victims like the Kohlberger thing, right? I can't stand thinking that what he did to those poor people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, when I see these evil people do things to kids, it's despicable. It hurts.
Yeah, it gets dark.
It gets dark.
Pretty dark to cover, and so that's why one of the girls that I do a collab with, the true crime, she keeps she's like, you're my true crime partner in crime, and I'm like, I can't go back to it. It's so dark. Once I got into celebrity gossip, I transitioned out of true crime.
A lot of the true crime people make up shit. All right, so we're gonna do this right here. Let me get this out of here. All right, folks, we're covering today's trial over there in New York with Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and we have a special guest. He was on location. We got Andy Signor from Popcorn Planet. Welcome in, brother.
Hello.
All right.
What's up, gang?
What's up, man? Congrats over there.
Tired, but I did so many shows and I saw you talking about it. I was like, I don't want to leave you in the lurch. If I know you're welcome to wrap up, but I wanted to say hi. I love CJ, you, everybody watching. So I just thought I'd say, hey, what's up?
100%, man. And I figure you're tired as hell because you had to wake up really, really early to get in there. Could you describe your experience today in the court? How was it? I mean, we've seen that place. It's legendary. That's the same place where Diddy was, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of part of the reason I came, was just to sort of do a first round, if you will. So in case I need to come back for the trial, I could get a taste of what it's actually like.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot. I found a nice place nearby, so that helped, so I could at least be close to it. But yeah, I mean, as for what I learned, it was interesting seeing Lyman in person, the judge, as I've said on my show, and I said on Billy Bush's show. Yes, do I think he's a little biased? Yeah, bias is the wrong word. I think he's being too safe. I think he's giving Blake Lively way too much. But in seeing him press both sides, I do think he's trying his best to be as unbiased as possible. Mm-hmm. I do think this whole thing is ridiculous. And so seeing them all do it in person, though, is way different than reading intercity press tweets. So I really got a sense of everything. And I think both sides of the lawyers need to work on their game. I don't think it was I don't think they were as good as they could be. And this was an important one. At the same time, I think they did come with some shots that were effective. And I don't think Lyman is going to ultimately throw it out. I thought maybe he might. And I think he's going to leave. There's too much he said, she said that he's clearly thinking. So he's going to leave it up to a jury. And the fact that this is going to continue to spend money and waste time and go to a jury is mind blowing to me. The excess, the waste, it's sickening. It's honestly sickening to see how much they've wasted on this.
So could you talk a little bit about your perception of online? Okay, so online perception, which is the bubble we're in, 100% pro Justin Baldoni and some of the drama with Blake Lively, and actually being there in the court. Was it kind of a reality check there, and has your opinion changed on who is going to win? Like, do you think that it's different? Should we brace ourselves for a possible Lively victory here?
No. Sorry. Okay, I'm just finished. We just loaded a video, which when we're done, go watch that.
Oh, sure.
And Kim was helping me get it up. I just had to respond. No, I don't think it's a slam dunk Blake will win, because even if he doesn't throw it all out, Lyman, which I feel like he should have, given that he just threw out Justin's. That's what I do think is the bias. Like the fact that Ryan and Blake are saying he's in a cult and other defamatory shit, but then that got thrown out and Justin wasn't allowed to get more proof to see if it could hold up. The fact that Lyman threw all that out, but is still letting this find a way to the sun is kind of bizarre. But all that said, it's not up to Lyman whether she wins, right? It's up to a jury. So at the end of the day, while Lyman may be paid off or biased or whatever you want to call it, you could also say he's just, giving her the rope to hang herself, because if Diddy got off,
yeah,
I cannot wait for a jury to sit there about victim Blake because of a lean in and a nuzzle during a dance scene that they're going to be able to watch to say, oh, that's sexual harassment. That was gender-based. No one is going to take her seriously in a jury. It's just the way. And I think Baldoni's team did a good job talking about, which they'll do to a jury, the waste of, we're here because of a lean in, a nuzzle. We're here because she was called sexy. It's absurd. And I think Blake's team is just Blake and Ryan are refusing to accept that that's the reality check. And so while Lyman may make this keep going, if it really does go to trial, which I'll be shocked, but it could, Blake is screwed, because I listening in the court and listening to the laughs, I don't see how anybody is going to see her as a victim in this at all.
CJ, feel free. Do you have any questions?
I just wanted to know, and I don't want to break the news if you don't know. So I was like, should I ask him? Should I not ask him? Have you seen the newest filing in your case that they just?
Oh yeah, I just did a video. I just did a video. I addressed a little bit, but I'll reveal it exclusively here before my video is even up to Nerd Report. I don't know if you knew this, Lewis.
No, I did.
Literally are still attacking me the day I flew out to New York, being a journalist. They had 150-page response. Yeah, what? From Sigrid McCauley, the Jeffrey Epstein accuser's lawyer. This is what she's been
just watched there.
Oh, okay. So she's okay.
Yeah,
so
the girl we just watched is the girl that's on Andy's neck.
Man, listen, man, I'm sorry that's happening to you. I don't see a standing. I thought we were all journalists per the First Amendment. I mean,
yeah. Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I haven't even read it all because
Yeah.
I refuse to let her interfere with my work further. And so I think they were trying to ruffle my feathers as I was there reporting, and it failed because I honestly didn't have any even time to focus on it, nor did I care. Plus, it was like behind the scenes on Pacer. So when I got an alert that was, I didn't even know what it was. And then finally, when I talked to my attorneys about it, they didn't have access to it either right away. And then we were just like gushing over the fact that, or like shocked at the fact it's how long is it? Like what? Like it's like, I haven't even looked at it, to be honest, but I know it's long because they included the transcripts, is what I've learned. And I'm good. Please, everybody read the transcripts because it's clear as day what was in there. And my lawyer's response to the appeal that was sent to the district in Tampa says it all. Like that was a fantastic filing by them. And I'll go through Sigrid's and watch it later after this or at some point just for chuckles. But I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not. They want my contacts. Because that magistrate was so bad at her job. I'm going to say it. She was bad at her job's maybe the mean way to say it. Because she was so unfamiliar with how news gathering, journalism, digital media works, she made implications that I think empowered Blake to come even harder at me, and that really pisses me off because there was no need for any of it. There's nothing. In fact, a lot of my correspondence has been revealed in the dump over the time. People have seen it. I'm not going to comment on it just because I don't comment on sources and who I'm talking to. You guys can go for yourself because I got nothing to hide. It's there. And if you see it though, you'll see it's news gathering. It's, hey, here's a link to a story that everyone else had. Here's a statement, FYI. And the correspondence of me to all the other, to Blake's team, to Leslie Sloan, it's all out there. I'm highly confident in what I, did as was journalist, news gathering, and then I have nothing to hide. So, bring it on. But yes, it just proves we need more support still.
There isn't enough support, and shame on you other YouTubers who are ignoring this because you guys don't want to think somehow Andy's gonna get views off it. This is about all of us, man. And I don't know the involvement of what's his name, Ryan Reynolds or anything, but I'll say it, and I don't care what people think. You're not even American, man, and to interfere in our First Amendment, right? Go back to your garbage where you came from, dude. I'm not saying Canada. Canada's amazing. I don't even know where he could go.
There too. Yeah, come on.
No. Make up another place for him. But the audacity of you. You're a talentless hack that I don't know how you got popular.
This is what I've been dealing with, Andy. I've been trying to deal with Nerd.
You ruined Blade. You ruined Blade, one of the greatest trilogies of all time. And you still come back. You're the same guy in every movie, and now you're trying to intimidate. You're trying to intimidate people. That's where shame on you, man, and shame on other YouTubers and other people who are not coming on this because they win. We all lose. All right. This is the First Amendment. We are all, and also one more thing, Ryan Reynolds, you do movie junkets. They refer to us YouTubers when we cover this. What journalist is going to be representing your outlet? That's how they send us the emails. That's how PR does it in their marketing. When they email us to cover one of your dumb movies, they call us journalists. They go, Mr. Lecca, who from Nuke the Fridge is going to go and what journalist is going to cover this from Nuke the Fridge? And I'll put the name. The key thing, journalist. We're all journalists. YouTubers are journalists.
I told Nerd that I have it in my name. I was like, nobody can say nothing. I put it in my name. Nobody can say any different.
Yeah, man. Although I do have a question if Blake Lively's an actress, but okay, that's another story. But Andy, do you want to say anything else? We were wrapping up. I am going to make this a standalone video, this segment right here. I'm dropping the link to your new video in the comments right now as we speak. That's actually the wrong one.
I'm gonna head over there and I'm gonna shout you out in the morning if you want to come on the morning show. I don't know if you're gonna be tired, whatever, but I'd love
to come on, but it's probably too tight this morning. But yeah, hit me up. I'll see if I can. But yeah, just to say, like, thank you to everybody who's been supportive.
Either way, I'll shout it. I'll shout it out. The Give Send Go and all that stuff. Because I mean, you were out there. I was just telling Nerdy, you was out there in the cold, freezing, and my nosy butt. I was just like, please, I hope he stays. I didn't say it in the chat, but I was like, I hope he stays because I don't want to wait until like later to get the tea. And you literally stayed out there for the full hour and a half in the cold.
Thankfully,
reading all
I
your
came
notes.
prepared. I had layers on. I had hand warmers, so I knew that could happen, and I was fine with it. But yeah, no, thank you
Well,
everybody
I
watching. We had a
appreciate
lot of
that.
people watching. We had like 10,000 people watching at one point. It was crazy. I didn't know because Kim told me at the end. I was like, oh wow. So when I knew there was a lot of people actually watching and wanting to hear it, I was like, okay, I'll truck through it. But yeah, thank you.
And that's the thing. You do something. Most people know what's up. Most people are good people, even though we always want to highlight bad things in the world and how messed up people are. But when people see that someone like Ryan Reynolds is bullying independent content creators, they rally. So I don't know. This guy is a self-proclaimed expert on how the internet works. And I'm talking about Ryan Reynolds. He's always talking about how he knows the internet and I'm in the internet for marketing. Dude, you should know that when you come out with a ridiculous thing like trying to silence small YouTubers, that the lady with one damn follower, people are going to look at that and she's going to become big. You made her huge. I never heard of her until you came along. You put your name, you put the Deadpool name, you elevated everybody, you made these people big. And now you ought to be ashamed of yourself to show your face anywhere. Everybody's laughing at you. They're pointing and laughing. They laughed with you before, but now they're looking, they're pointing, and they're laughing. They're going, that's Ryan Reynolds. He's a freak, you know, and they're saying stuff about your wife. Thanks to you, because no one would have paid attention.
Can I just say one more thing about that while we're here? Just because, especially if you're saying this, Ryan Reynolds, man, reading those text messages from Ryan Reynolds to his employees, his agents,
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. That dude needs so much therapy. The way he speaks, and the fact that they're letting all this come out, thinking that it's helping them. It's shocking to me, like what he keeps calling out the delusional, narcissistic things of Justin. But Ryan, you need to read your own words and do it while you're in the mirror. It's like it's the lack of awareness of him that he doesn't see he's doing literally a lot of the stuff that he's complaining about Justin is mind-boggling. Like it's mind-boggling. And the other thing I keep saying to people, and more people are seeing it, when you read Blake's writing or Ryan's writing, they're one and the same. Like it makes me really wonder if Ryan's stealing Blake's phone at some point and messaging people. Like
we were just talking about that.
It's like it is creepy how similar they write and how wordy the diatribe and how much love bombing and like it's so their writing is so manipulative.
Similar too.
Play nice and whatever, but they use people like crazy. And I just did a video because I missed this earlier. Taylor Swift called her out for it. As mad as I am at Taylor Swift because she looks so bad in these texts, Taylor Swift literally like shrugging off Justin's essay that happened to him. Mm-hmm. She calls it a tiny violin, Lewis. I'm floored that Taylor let this get to this point. And I can't believe that. No wonder they're mad at each other. But to know that Taylor was there through the New York Times article up to that point, and the breakup texts are actually there, which Kim and I did a whole read through and more of it. It's wild, man, what they've now lost. And you read Blake's messages and they feel like Ryan wrote them. They're extremely manipulative. They always try to play like I care for you, but they do that when they need something from you. Like, I'm feeling you're distant. Yeah, convenient. You're right. You're asking Taylor why she's feeling distant weeks before you're about to drop this huge thing where you need a lot of support. I wonder if that was connected at all in Blake's brain. Of course it was. She wants to see who her allies are and try to get Taylor back on her side.
But did you see how she said the we part? Did you see that we part? She was talking about how she always says we, because she was talking about how she always includes Ryan.
She called her out.
And I was telling Nerdy when he's like, you don't hire a no-name actress, blah, blah. I was like, he didn't hire Blake. He hired Ryan. She probably had a little earpiece in her ear the whole time. Ryan probably picked the flowers. I bet you the whole project was probably Ryan at this point.
Look, Ryan Reynolds, man, look in the mirror tonight. Admit to yourself, dude, like you're haggard already, right? So that's past. You used to be a cute guy, right? You used to be hot, six pack and all. You're not a good actor. You're not a good actor, all right? You were kind of funny. You were like, now you're not. So this is what I would do: make the phone calls tomorrow and just end it all with the suit and just settle or whatever. Go on a 5-year vacation. You have the money for it. And then come back if you want. Maybe people forget. People have ADD. They'll forget. Something else will happen that will shock everyone and everything like that. But you know what? Leave us creators alone, man. Leave Americans alone because we have the right to the press. All right. Whether you're on YouTube, social media, we could express our opinions, talk about things a million times. I don't know where you got that stupid idea. It is so dumb.
It's wild too, because you've said this, Lewis. You were right a lot of times. You called out the Taylor Swift involvement. She's way more involved. You always said that, and I kind of fought you on it, but you were right. But the other thing that I think you've seen, I think you've alluded to this, but another person I really respect, Molly McPherson, who's like a PR expert on TikTok, Instagram. She's been on the show and she's really talented. But anyway, she did a recent story about all this Taylor Swift stuff, and she did it again. She's like, I said this a while ago, and I'm saying it again. Taylor, Blake, Justin, they're all red herrings to the real villain. And then, clearly implying Ryan Reynolds. That's what she said before. She's reiterating again. I'm telling you, man, after reading those texts and sort of going back to a lot of other experts were saying, I'm starting to really think about what Ryan's involvement in all this. And I genuinely wonder how much of a puppet master he really was through all of it, of forcing her to do this, to save her reputation, do this. And there's a version where it's like Blake at some point could cut him off and play. He was controlling me. Like if she really wanted to go there, right there, it may be that if she's that desperate, but honestly, it's starting to feel like that might be part of it, where he's so controlling of her. It's kind of scary.
There's a text message that says that, Andy, where he basically says, I think he's talking to Warren Zavala, or maybe it's Patrick, but he's saying, Blake would just like move on, but not me. I'm gonna like say something. So this is me saying something. So even in that text message, it proves that Blake was willing to just let it go, and he's just like, but I'm not gonna let it go because I'm gonna protect my wife, blah blah blah. But it just seems like everybody already knew that it was him, and a lot of people were like, no, that's just like it's Blake. Blake is the one. Like, don't try. Like, she needs to have accountability too. But the more that you read the text messages, and like you said, how similar the writing is and everything, and the length of the writing, how it. Like if you put them close together, it's like the same words are being used type of thing.
Yeah.
It does seem like he's more involved in her stuff than what we thought.
It's weird because I don't want to say it. Well, I have a tip that's coming in that might reveal more. But yeah, I honestly, because I never thought it was about the jealousy or anything else. But I don't know, man. The more I see it now, the more the controlling man Ryan is. It's pretty frightening, dude.
They also mentioned that they're gonna make a movie about this movie.
It's gonna be more interesting.
I wonder if that's why they're so mad at your documentary.
Yeah,
maybe. You can still invest now. Here's your chance. There was a comment I wanted to respond to, because just so I'm clear,
was it that Ryan Reynolds is aging like cheese? I think you agree with that.
I think Ryan was so fed up he just stepped in. No, I think he was always there are text messages that just the rage he has, he cannot let it go. He genuinely thought, like, you read some of it, the way he speaks to his agents about wanting to message Justin's manager, who's also at his agency, and here, I'll be nice to him, but he needs to hear from me. Like, just the pompous attitude. It's just, it's wild that he's saying all this. The word I think most people need to look up, you don't know what it means, is projecting. Look it up, guys, if you don't know.
Virtue signaling.
He is projecting when he's talking about Justin. He's projecting because he's so threatened by Justin, because just the complaints he's making about Justin are about him, Ryan Reynolds. That's the more I'm seeing it. And I think Ryan is just becoming such a warrior for his wife and the woman, because, and Justin's not. And he's overcompensating so much here that he can't even tell that Ryan's now become a controlling sociopath. Because even if Justin was a little weird or creepy or whatever, awkward, whatever you want to use it, as I learned in court today, like, nothing is going to hold up in the face of the jury. It's just not.
It looks very sus.
I called you sexy. Are we kidding? We're in federal court because a director called his actress, her pants look sexy. That's why we're in federal court. Oh, how dare him! No other girl stepping up.
And look, and obviously Justin Baldoni was being nice, because there's really not much sexy about Blake Lively. So take it and run, man. Just stay with it. Darlene, thank you for that PayPal, by the way. But yeah, man. Look, I don't know what kind of problems Ryan Reynolds may have, but leave us alone. Don't intimidate people. What is that, man? And the worst part is, we enriched you. We helped pay for your for your stuff through your
I
films.
watched Deadpool.
Yeah, we enriched you so you could pay to get some of us subpoenaed. Not me, but like what, over 100 people? That's ridiculous. That's
justice for Justin and justice for Andy, because he gonna get his. We'll see. We'll see what
Could
happens.
you try one last question, Andy, before we go? Is someone was saying that everyone's subpoenas were dropped except yours. Is that true, or we don't know?
To my knowledge, that's true. Yeah, I don't think anyone else has a subpoena out that we know of.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, dude. As a matter of fact, listen, I'll give you the last word. What do you think's next and stuff? I'm going to be dropping the link to your next video or the video that's up in the comments. So make sure to head over there now.
It's why I didn't realize this. I just am looking because people are messaging me. I didn't know this. Sigrid.
On behalf of Blake Lively, my name is Sigrid McCauley,
Yeah,
and
we
I
just
represent
watched
Blake
it.
Lively. What you saw today is really what this case is about. The core of this case is about a woman trying to protect herself and others in the workplace. There's been mountains of evidence that have come out this week.
I'm just mad. I missed that. When did this happen? I was there.
She came right out. Like, I don't even think y'all were out yet, Andy. I don't even think.
Oh, that's why we were still in.
Yeah,
okay.
Y'all were still like. She literally came in right as it came out, like running out, looking like.
DJ, let me say this.
Good.
This lawyer is out there saying, "I'm not a journalist. I'm literally in the court reporting on her fucking case." That's who wrote my fucking thing today.
Wait, can your lawyers write that? Can your lawyers write that in the rebuttal?
I'm going to tweet on, like, literally, this girl's out there doing the comms, and I'm in the courtroom reporting on the story, but I'm not a journalist. Make that make sense, people. Make that make sense.
We all are journalists, though. That's what the First Amendment is, and a lot of people don't even understand that, and a lot of legal people don't understand that. I see cops don't even understand that. They don't know the Constitution. There is no such thing as an official press badge. Only for private things, maybe like to cover a private event that's in a private place. But public available information, we have the right to talk about it. There's no limit to it. And that's why this thing is so ridiculous, man. It is, I don't know, man. It's unexplainable. And to see that the judge over there in Florida doesn't think you're a journalist, like, come on, man.
When was that recorded?
It's on TMZ.
It was on TMZ.
So that was when we were in there?
If you go to Inner City Press, the moment he came out and then she came out with him. So it was like immediately after it happened. Like literally before all of y'all came out.
Man, you could have met her.
It's just unreal. It's we're all in there and she's holding a press conference before we're even out. I'm literally, and she's literally that as she's doing that, she filed her subpoena response to me, and I'm literally inside the court responding on it. Like, I can't even.
It's almost like comical, like a movie or something. Like,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe this scenario, like, do you know where Signor is at? Well, he's using the restroom, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna go outside right now, do a press conference real quick, and run. I don't know. Maybe that happened. By the way, Jakeet, thanks for that super chat.
Anything else? I need to clearly get some of this stuff.
No, that's it, man. We're all gonna tune. We're all gonna tune out. We're gonna go over to your video, and I would just want to say thank you to Jakeet. Thank you, Andy Signor, and CJ. Thank you for coming on in here. We got more stuff to report. I got standalone videos and a lot of other fun here on Nerd Report. Make sure to tune in. Go to Popcorn Planet up next to check out what's going on with the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama. Let's go.